Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and this is, I believe, episode 35 of my custom Kingdom Death Monster campaign. And this is part 2 of my special showdown with the hand. Again, what a special showdown is, it's basically a Nemesis Encounter that you do actually during the settlement phase, meaning you can still hunt something the end of that lantern year. Alright, so I know it's been a while, so let's get into it. It's the top of the hand's turn. Let me just check the level of the audio. Again, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Alrighty, so everything is set up, I believe, how I had it last time. I did take a pick also. I already switched the monster controller. And it's the hand's turn. And so again, I don't know everything that the hand can do or what's going to happen in order to beat it. As far as impossible eyes, I just know that I have to hit him, wound him 9 more times to flip it. Or if we get to the last card of the AI deck, of which we've actually only gone through 1 card. So actually, the hand has only actually taken 1 of his own turns. We attacked, of which the hand retaliated, then the hand attacked, and then we attacked again and the hand retaliated. So it's like the hand's getting all these free turns from these reactions and shit, right? Alright, so let's do it. Go ahead and jump in. And the same board state. No one's died yet in this showdown, but we're getting pretty close. People have some survival. Valor can't spend any. Dream only has 1 left. The other 2 have 4 survival left, which if you look at percentage-wise, it's okay, because they've spent 20% of their survival, and we've done 20% damage, so we just got to keep that same cadence if possible. Alright, so let's do it. We got bullet jabs. Pick target. The survivor with the most blue affinities, which is nobody, or the closest threat, which we can do. The closest threat is this person, because when you're on top here, you can see everything. So the closest threat is Samantha, and Samantha is currently the monster controller, so she gets 1 insanity. So she goes from 7 to 8. Okay. And then what does that involve? It's basically a lot of rapid attacks. So it's speed 5, accuracy 2, damage 2. And because the red eye, is any eyes open? No, the red eye is currently closed. The blue eye is open. When the blue eye is open, the attack gains +4 accuracy and +1 damage. That's weird, it says +4 accuracy. I wonder if I've been calculating accuracy this whole way. This whole time I've been saying you have to have equal than or greater than the number to hit. But I wonder if they actually do it the opposite. Because like when it says +4 accuracy, it'd be simpler math if they said -4, meaning that the closer you get to 0, the increased chance to hit. Let me look that up right quick. I wonder if I've been fundamentally doing it wrong this whole time. I assume because 1 was the number or greater, that would also be the number or greater. I'm assuming that's probably implying that if I had evasion, that it could help it overcome, I'm assuming. But let me just double check that right quick. What am I looking up? Accuracy. No, I've been doing it correctly. It is weird when it says +4 to accuracy. Then it's like, it says you add it to the die roll, but when you calculate it, it's not really intuitive. It's sort of like how Twilight Imperium did it. You say it adds to it beneficially, but to add to it beneficially, you actually subtract. So, because you want to beat the number. Okay, anyway. So this has 4 to accuracy and 1 to damage. So it's high speed, it does a shit ton of damage. That's what is bad. It's actually really bad. Because there's no way I can block them any attacks, and every time it hits, it's going to do 3 damage. I mean, this could be a fatal move, to be honest. And it's 5 jabs. Wow. Okay, so Samantha, what does she got? She's got extra sense, so she can dodge twice. And she can encourage to give everyone +1 speed. But I have to check that to see if that's +1 speed for the end of the round or the end of the showdown. In any case, her evasion is 1, but this adds so much to accuracy it doesn't matter. So basically, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I still do attack, but I did Ghost Step and then attack the target. So first we do Ghost Step. Which is here. Passes through and then does 1 day and then so it'll pass through. If it passes through, it would stop here and then it'll knock back to here. So we do that. So both take 1. She only takes 1 because he didn't pass through him. He stopped on him and then knocked backwards. Okay, so this one, we're going to do 1 brain damage to Samantha. She goes now from 8 to 7, back where she was. And then what else did it say? Got it. Okay. I wonder, if you collide with the end of the board, does that count as knocking you down? Wait, let me read that real quick. That I forget. I'm thinking yes. Collision. I think the survivor is knocked down because it's colliding with the end of the board. So we'll say it is. That's how we will rule it. Alright. Okay, so he's done Ghost Step. Now he attacks the target, which is Samantha. On the other hand, is that really what he did? Because he could have moved over 1. No, actually he would not have done that. No, he would have still passed through, but he would have not have still even touched, actually. So, no. Because he can move, the closest would be to move like this, and then turn. Okay. So, next we got Bullet Jabs, which is speed 5 minus 1, because he is dazed, so it's 4 dice. But his accuracy... he reduces it to 0 so he can effectively roll anything. That's what it is. Okay. He reduces it by 4. But Samantha only... her evasion is only a 1. So it's effectively he can roll anything and they're all hits. So it doesn't even matter. Yeah, they're all hits. So that's 4 hits. And that's going to be 2 damage to 4 different places. is what I'm looking at. Okay. 2 damage to 4 places. So they could be the same place. We got chest, head, and waist. So let's see what she can take. And it's how much damage? It's... Where is it? Oh, no, it is +1 damage also. So it's 3 damage to 4 for those 4 places. Okay, so she can take the 3 to the head. She's got that much armor, so that's gone. And then 3 to waist, she can absorb. That's gone. And then 3 to chest, 3 to chest. She can absorb the 3 to chest, and then she'll dodge the other one. So she spent 1 survival. So she's at 3. And I'll denote the fact that she's already spent 1 survival, because she has extra sense, but she can only spin a dodge 1 more time this round. Okay, so that was 4 attacks. And that's it for his turn. Whew. But that was pretty cray-cray. Alright, so now it's the hero comes along. Alright, so we need to do 9 more wounds. So we gotta get in there. And not draw trap cards either. So who's gonna do what first is the question. Valerie can't spend survival, so she can only do her charging thing if she's at the right distance, which she isn't. And he only goes back to the center of the board if he does his basic attack. So he's still out in the open. Is at least what's good. But who's going to attack first? Does anyone have the ability to make it easier for everyone to attack? Yes. The White Lion Helm. I could do. The problem is it can only work on people that are insane. And currently it's only 2 people. But that'd still be something. So can you read that effectively? So okay, the question is, would I rather attack with the cat person or make it easier for the other 2 to hit? That is the question. Plus, Boss Mindy can make it so other people can at least swing more times to hit. Also true. So, what are we going to do here? It would be 14 minus 6 to hit, right? To hit, it's 14. So, see, it's not great. I think I'm going to try doing that. I'll do the White Lion Helm's ability. And then maybe I'll try then to pick up an Acanthus, possibly? Where is she? She's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's too far away. She can move over here. So what I could do is I could do the roar ability and then move here. Of course, I won't be able to pick it up. Yeah, because I have to waste an action to pick it up, and I really don't have the turn to do that. Nah. I could move to the right distance away, that way she could pounce forward is what I could do. So I could still go 1, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, or I could go like, because this person's gonna try to get closer anyway. Well, let's do roar first. And is the roar? The roar just happens. She's gonna spend her action and a survival to do a roar. That way, everyone who's insane gets +2 strength. Wow, I didn't realize it was +2. I thought it was just +1. Wow, that's actually really good. And then anyone who does not insane gets 1 insanity. So only Dream gets insanity. Oh wait, yeah. But everyone else gets +2 strength until the end of the turn. Everybody else. So I'll just remember that. That's additional 2. Do I have a fast way I can do that? So since everyone else gets +2, I'll just treat it as -1 strength. Or -1 toughness, I should say, on the boss, because it means the same thing. Plus strength is the same as minus toughness. So we'll do that. So for the rest of the round, he has -2 toughness. Okay. And then where is she going to move? I want to be able to dash forward and hit, possibly. So maybe I'll go like 1, 2, 3. That way if somebody's here, she can go 1, 2, 3 and be adjacent or something. Do something like that. 1, 2, 3, boom. But of course he's going to be behind, so maybe I'll go 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so she'll end her turn there. And then -1, and then -2 toughness. Everyone that's not traumatized. That's how I'll remember it. Okay, so Dream. The other 2 people I want to move once they're adjacent to Vision. Vision is the person with the axe. So if they're adjacent to the person with the axe, they'll do more damage. So for example, if I have this person here, him here, and this person, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. I think Dream, of course Dream can't use it anyway. The other people that, well, I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can position somewhere so that everybody can get his bonus. The problem is you have this narrow thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could hit. Okay, that's what we can do. So if this guy moves first, then he can move around, and then he can move there. But if he moves first, she moves first, she won't get the benefit of the speed, and that's what I want. So I'm trying to think what else I can do. It might be the only one person gets the speed bonus. Alright. Trying to think of some. I just don't want to spend dash, right? 1, and Valerie can't dash anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, if Emma's not going to get it, he can also stay where he's at, too. Or maybe I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then, yeah, that's how to do it. That's what you have to do. Because then we can move here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Damn, it's kind of like the same problem. Because I can't split a turn. I have to do the move and the action for each person before I move on somebody else. I'm just trying to see if there's a way so I can boss Mindy to give these other people additional speed also. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, I just don't see it. Unless I shoot the bow and not the club, but I really want to hit, so I want to use the club to help overcome. Like, the bow I can shoot diagonally, but I just don't want to do that. So this would be 3 plus 2 is 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, maybe that's the answer. Maybe the answer is he's doing the bow. Because if I do the bow, I could shoot diagonally. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could shoot diagonally. Boom. And then both can stand here and get the 2 bonuses and go boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or even standing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thoop. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Thoop and thoop. But then if he ever retaliates, he'll hit everybody with a -1 to insanity. Now I think we're just going to have to roll, because I want to try to get as many hits as possible. I just hope I don't draw a trap. Alright, so we'll try that. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could just stay there and just shoot my weapon and not spend anything. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thoop. I'm just trying to get the speed bonus. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, if I go here, I can go thoop. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's too far away. If I go here and thoop, this person can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then I'm not adjacent, is the problem. If I go here, thoop. We're just going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to spin a dash, meaning a survival. So, but I roll for it because I may get it back. I get it back, 6+, meaning it's free. So I dashed, and now I can do my action and my move, which I'll do my arrow. Where are my things? Okay, so we're attacking boss man this direction. We're using our bow, so I have to do a calculation because this is set to my bow and club. Unless I just want to go in for a fucking attack, you know? Speed's 3, +1 speed. You know what? I won't chance it. I'll attack from here and use my and I'll do my my bone club instead, because I want to have a better chance of hitting. So his strength +1 plus this is +3, so it's 8, +1 is 9, 10, 11. No, I mean, I have to make sure I hit. I can't do any more gambling. Okay. So I'll do the bone club, and I'll roll 3 dice. And it's a hit if it's a 5 or better. We got a 5, a 9, and a 4, so that's 2 hits. We got exotic rib plate and exotic poet's blouse. If the blue eye is open, which it is, then that means he cancels this hit. So I might as well do that one last, because it's going to cancel. So let's do. So we know this one's canceled anyway. Okay, so to wound, it's 9. I'm sorry, it's 9 plus 2 is 11. 14 minus 11 is 3, so I wound on a 3 plus. Wound on a 3 plus and crit on a 10. We rolled an 8, so that's 1 wound. And then we didn't fail, so nothing else triggers. Okay. So the other attack was canceled, so that's it. All right, so next up is, got 2 people left. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and I can attack on the angle and then get the benefit from Boss Mindy. So I'll do that. So I'll move and then strike. Okay, and so the attack is speed another +1. So my speed's 3 because it's a 1 with the -1 calculation, and then +1 because of Frenzy Drink, and then another +1 because of Boss Mindy. So it's 3 dice. 3 dice hit on 6. We got a 6, and a 7, so it's 3 hits. We got Gilded Spalder, Handed Lantern, and Exotic Fur Collar. Now I did wound with a red aura. So when I start off with red aura wounds, to flip lens to open. So this lens is now open, by the way. I almost forgot to do that. I might have forgotten that sooner. So the blue one and the red one's open. So we have Gilded Spalder. The hand perfectly predicts the attack, cancel the hit. So we can't do that one. The blue is open, so it cancels this hit for the Handed Lantern. And then the red one says First Strike. But it is easier to wound a location because it's collar. -4 toughness. It's easier to hit it. Well, I'll read it to you. It says Exotic Fur Collar. -4 toughness to wound this location. The hand turns to face directly away from the attacker and crosses its arms. The attacker's heart is frozen in terror. They must spend 1 survival or cancel the attack. Well, I definitely need to do attacks, but I can't spend survival. Let me see what it says. Valerie, being apathetic, can't spend survival at all. And has no survival to spend. So unfortunately, the entire attack was canceled. Everything. Unfortunately. But it's too bad because we had 3 hits, right? And then let's keep track of who actually successfully wounded the monster as well. I know we Vision bashed before. I haven't been keeping track with other people. Samantha, I think, had 2. So I don't think the other 2... No, we did... Well, for the hammer, you don't have to wound, you just have to hit. And I don't remember. But I know Samantha did. I'll have to rewatch the video to see who actually wounded. But, okay, so I know him for a fact, so I'll try to keep track of everyone else as it happens. Alright, so we have 1 person left that can go in for the attack. That's Adam, who doesn't get the minus toughness bonus. So I'll take that away. But I want to try to get -1 speed, right? But I also don't want to be a liability where other people are. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get way over here. And then strike. Okay, so Dream rolls 3 dice and attacks with multiple weapons, as you know. So we're using the Skull Cave Hammer first on the left, 3 dice, and I hit on a 6. We got a 10, a natural 10. That means it gets -1 speed, so that was great. And then, so it's 3 hits. We got Gilded Sabaton, Spine Saber Sheath, and Full Speed, which is a trap. See, what I don't understand is, it looks like you don't want to be white, and it looks like you only want to ever have one color eye open, because now it's like, it's hard to do anything because too many eyes are open. What? When red lens is open, attack rolls from survivors with a red aura only hit on a perfect hit. So a red aura, when you wound, triggers the eye, but then when the eye is open, you have to use other colors in order to wound. So, and I may have accidentally forgotten to do that. Blue doesn't matter because no one had blue aura, but I guess it doesn't only matter as long as the red was open. But I think I may have screwed up here somewhere. I don't think I realized that. Okay, so if that was open, then that means that I actually only drew 1 card because he can only hit with a red aura. Oh no, but he has a white aura. Okay, in this case it didn't matter. He has a white aura. But that means I probably should have not drawn so many cards. Anyway, I'll just continue forward. That's me. Just like Alex, it's one thing that it's unfortunate about this game is just too many things to remember and check all the time. Just too many things to check, to remember. Yeah, and I think I forgot for the first few wounds about the red eye thing, possibly. Anyway. In any case, I drew 3 cards. One of them's a trap, so that means I dealt no damage. So I only did 1 wound this entire round, which is actually really bad considering how fast I'm losing survival. Okay, so everything else is canceled. This gets reshuffled. Perform a basic action targeting all survivors one at a time, starting with the survivor that drew this card. And do a basic action. Okay. Okay. So I'll do bleeds to indicate the targeting of people. So he's going to move through Adam and come up from behind. And then Adam takes 1 brain damage. So it goes from 1 to 0. I mean Dream. Sorry. Goes to 0. And then we'll get attacked. So the basic action. And then for every eye opened, it has bonuses too. So he gets +1 speed, +1 damage. But we have -1 speed, so it's just a basic attack profile. But it will get +1 damage, it looks like, for these attacks. Do I have a damage token here so I can remember? Let's see here. I mean, I'm sure one exists. I just don't see it. So I'll do this to remind me to do +1 damage. Okay, so these attacks is speed 2, damage 6. Dream. My question is, I just don't know how the eyes close. It's like when you have certain affinities, those eyes open. But how do you ever get the eyes to fucking close? I don't know. It just, unless there's something I'm not seeing, which is totally possible. I just don't understand. You want to have only one affinity so that you don't have all the eyes open. I get that, but then that means that then you can only ever hit the hand if you have to roll perfect tens to just hit, let alone you're trying to wound. It's just like, I don't know. This seems like, I don't know, like super punishing, unless there's something I'm not seeing as far as how you close an eye. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it, to be honest. Anywho. Alright, so he's doing a basic attack. All I can say is if I definitely fight this guy again, I'll definitely be doing level 1 hand. I don't give a shit. Because that's what the game tells me to do. The game has conflicting information as far as when you raise the level and when you don't. So, okay. Basic attack. 2 dice. Dreams evasion is here. A 2 because he's got evasion token. So he hits on a 4. It's a 9 and 8, so it is 2 hits. And it doesn't say the attacker's doomed. So that's the hand and the waist, and that's going to be 6 damage. So that's probably going to be lethal any place. He's got technically 1 strength and 1 survival. So I just don't think he could survive any other attacks. So he's probably going to spend both. So he's going to spend the last survival and the strength token to live. And then he goes back to the center of the board. And then he rinses, repeats. Now he's going to go after the next targets, which I'll keep saying are the closest ones. He's going to go after her next. So he probably, I'll say moves like this. Appears here. She takes 1 brain damage, so it goes from 7 to 6. And then he does his basic attack, which is 2 dice. Evasion's 1, so hits on a 3. 7, 8, 2 hits. Whoops. Got the chest and the waist, and that's 6 damage. 6 damage to weight. I'm sorry, 6 damage to waist and chest. That's gonna be devastating to both, so I'll use 2. Actually, you know what? Dream didn't have. Dream does not have extra sense, so I had to take the damage on the other spot, and I forgot where it was. So apologize. Let me go back and do that first. She can spend 2 survival, which she can do because she has extra sense. Dream does not, so that means he gets his +1 token back. And he takes 3 damage to somewhere. I don't remember where, so let's say the hand. I don't remember. So, I just don't remember. So, apologize, but like I said, there's just a lot of shit to remember in this game. Alright, so. That means he's knocked down and knocked back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also rolls on the table to see if he lives. Fuck, where was he originally damaged? Was it the hand? Or was it? I don't remember. And I know that means differently on the body parts. I'm sorry, I just don't remember. So, there's too many things to check this game, so it's going to be the hand. I just don't remember. Alright, so now what I'm going to is the severe injury table to the hand. So now I roll to see what happens to him. I don't know. It's like, do you see what I'm saying? It's like, there's got to be a way to close the eyes mechanically But I don't see how you ever do that. Your aura is static, which means you statically, the first time one of those people wounds, opens the eye. So it's like, so how do you close the eye? Otherwise, it's like you can either never hit or they cancels hits. So it's like, I don't know. That seems beyond punishing. Like, having it really hard, that's advantage to, you know, or 50-50, sure, but I mean, it's like almost impossible, for God's sake. Okay, so roll the 3. 3 to hand, bleeding, gain 2 bleed tokens. Okay, so he gets 2 bleeds, it takes 5 bleeds to die. Okay, so now I do hers. And she canceled both, right? So she's okay. Okay. All right, so now he's going to do the same thing. He's going to move back, and then attack these two. So he's going to pass through both, come up from behind. They both take 1 brain damage. So Vision goes 3 to 2. And Valerie goes from 12 to 11. He's attacking, I don't know. Sword's on left, he would swing with his right. Let's say he's hacking this direction. So he's going after Vision first. So that's 2 dice. I'm just not seeing on top of my head how the eyes close. I'm just not seeing it. 2 and a 4. Vision's evasion is a 1. It's a 2, so he has to hit on a 4. So it's only one hit. 1 hit, 6 damage. She's gonna spend a survival. Let's see if she gets it back. She does, natural 10. So she blocked it for free. So she's safe. Even though I know it looks like a he, it's a she on the character card. Now he's gonna do the same thing again, -1 to both, and then attack Valerie. So Valerie goes from 11 to 10 insanity. Vision goes from 2 to 1 insanity. And then now it's going to go after Valerie. 2 dice. 8 and a 2. Her evasion's -1, so actually hits on a 1, so there's 2 hits. She can't spend survival at all and has no strength tokens. So it's 6 to foot and 6 to chest. 6 to foot will do heavy damage, but still alive. And 6 to chest, that's going to be rolling table because she's already had light damage, so she goes to heavy. In any case, she's going to be knocked this direction and knocked down. Okay. At the beginning of each different person's phase, I take away a token. That's how I remember. Because someone only comes back from being knocked down at the end of the monster's next turn. Therefore, if you get hurt in the monster's turn, you don't come back at the end of his turn. It's the end of his next turn. So this way I keep track of the timing when people got knocked down by saying you have to remove 2 of those tokens. And then we roll on the severe injury table. for the chest, which is not good. Wait, right? Am I right? Chest. I think I just erased. That should not have been an erase. Wait, where am I looking? Oh, Valerie. I'm looking at the wrong person. Yeah, Valerie is getting blasted in the chest. Okay. So we look at severe injury table. Now, this time we're rolling on the chest. We got an 8 to the body. Broken rib. It even hurts to breathe. Suffer -1 permanent speed. This injury is permanent and can be recorded multiple times. Gain 1 bleed token. Okay, so I write down, first of all, that she has a broken rib on impairments. Which is also kind of good because broken rib, I believe, is something I can cure from one of my settlement innovations. But it has broken rib. I put rib. It's not RIP yet. God damn, it's wrote twice. It's like Beetlejuice. Rib. And it said it get a -1 speed token. So it goes from -1 permanent speed to actually -2. So her speed now is 0. But it still has that +1 speed token temporarily. And what else? And it hurts to breathe, and gets a bleed token. Okay, and gets 1 bleed. Alright. 5 bleeds to die. Fortunately, Dream, who has bandages, can cure bleeds, but I also need to do damage. And Samantha was targeted again, so she gets another insanity. So it goes 7, because she was targeted with the ghost step. Okay, so now everyone's gotten ghost stepped, and everyone's taken their turns. Now it's the so that's to me like it's like the monster keeps getting turns during our turns. So it's like technically now the monster is attacked 4 times, and we've only attacked twice. That's why it's feeling a little. Because it's not just it's a counterattack against everybody, which is kind of a lot. Okay, but he does teleport back to here. And that's the top of his turn, so these go away. So, but these 2 are knocked down, meaning they're not threats. So I only have 2 threats. Oh, this is not looking good. Not looking good. I have barely more damage than turns have passed. I mean, that's not good. Okay, so this goes to Valerie now, who's the person with the spear. Now it's the monster's turn. Which is... What's funny is I tried to change the order of the AI cards, you remember from last session, because I knew if I dealt damage, that if the person takes the top card, that means if I do damage, I take away the bottom card when it's our turn. But the problem is when you do damage to this guy, you don't take away from the AI. You only get tokens on impossible eyes, meaning if I ever see anything really bad, unless I sort it to the bottom, it's going to be bad anyway. So I delayed it, but still, the bad thing's still going to happen. So it says Rude Slap. When this card is drawn face down, the monster points at the ground. So that was its turn. That he's pointing to the ground. So I have to have someone in front of him in order to avoid Rude Slap. The problem is from where he's standing, to avoid Rude Slap, I'll show you the card first, and then I'll explain to you in case you can't read or see it. If you look at the grid where it says the right spot, I have to have a target in the right spot for him to attack. Otherwise, he's going to do the penalty. And the penalty, basically, everyone has a high chance of dying. Okay? The problem with this, if you're looking at it correctly, it's the spot on the right, directly in front of the monster. But the problem is he's on the face. So that means I have to get here in order to avoid a total wipe, which I could do. The problem is I have to spend an action. So I have to spend an action to climb and then move here. And the only person that can do that is ironically her. Because you can't move, do an action, and move again. Unless you spin a dash, then I guess it's possible. I mean, that's true. That is possible. Because otherwise, if I don't have a target, he's going to do the penalty. And the penalty, when he does it, that's his instinct. That he can immediately give everybody broken ribs. Or, if he ever rolls a 1, you instantly die. And I just don't want to take that chance at all. But if you're doing Rude Slap, it's a really powerful attack. But I don't want to have people the chance of getting nerfed. Because it said you can get broken ribs multiple times, meaning every time he does the penalty, everyone gets a -1 speed token permanently. And that's terrible, because it's permanent, right? Okay, so what that means is this card did nothing, but now it's face up, and it's placed on top of the deck, so I know that's going to be the next AI card that I see. Which sucks, that means I wasted 1 turn that's not proceeding, because if I get to the bottom of this deck, then he's going to do Applause, which also stops the combat. So, I basically want to stop the showdown before everybody dies. Which, to be honest now, I'm starting to see the value of retreating. Remember when I looked at Pictograph? Because when you have these Nemesis encounters, you could just run away. And I don't think running away counts as a defeat. I have to check the rules on that. But I'm starting to see the value, because at least you can keep people alive. Because everyone here is probably going to die. Has a high chance, because it's trending toward not in our failure. Not in our favor, I should say. Only because everyone's practically is red, and every time you wound, and your appropriate aura, you open that eye, and then no one of that color can damage again. So it's like, shit, right? So it's sort of like the hand has it engineered so once he sees an aura, wounds him, that aura can't wound him for the rest of the game unless you get a perfect hit, which is hard to do. Really hard. And then he keeps phasing around and blasting people. So it's like, I mean, this fight is like doomed, to be honest, unless there's a way to close the eyes. Because even if you have a white aura, polarized, it says, if you have a white aura, then when a survivor with white aura wounds the monster, select a closed lens and flip it to open. So in a sense, polarized is worse, because if you're polarized, you have to keep opening every eye that's not currently open. So, I don't know. There's got to be a way to close eyes. I'm just not seeing it. Maybe it's a fighting art or something. Who knows? I bet it's weird. It's like every other boss I've fought before, there's like a way you can overcome it. And I just have not seen it at all. The only time I saw it was when I got a critical hit that I was able to close the eye. So maybe Eve would have actually ironically been best for this fight, because if you have the ability to crit or roll perfect 10s, you can overcome. I don't know. Just brainstorming. Okay, anyway, he's the monster is pointing at the ground, and it's our turn. So he's pointing right here. He's pointing. It's like somebody stand there. So now it's our turn. Okay. So, regardless of what I do, I could attack him on the face, because I'm doing the same rules like I did with the Nightmare Tree. I have to be standing here to do it. I can't be standing here because a space blocks the ability to target the other side. Is how I'm ruling it the same way. So it's either I get along the side to hit, or I need someone to stand here. But to get up on this takes an action, I believe, to climb. Let's double check that. Yes. But range weapons on the face gain more accuracy. Also. So, Dream is super far away. But I definitely want him to get closer. And he does have Leader and Encourage. So let me look up right quick what Leader does to see if that's for the rest of the round or rest of the Showdown. Because I can effectively spend a survival to encourage everyone to give them additional speed. But let's see. I know it's not permanent. I just don't know if it's for the rest of the round or the rest of the Showdown, I should say. I know it's not permanent. Because it's a motivation thing. Leader. Oh, +1 speed token until the end of the round. Okay, so it's temporarily. So that's not necessarily worth a survival unless it regenerates, because it's very costly. So for example, if the drum was on the person that regenerates survival, then you could keep everyone bonus speed, so that may have been good. Blah. Okay, so and Dream also has no survival left also, so that's the other problem. Oh, man, I'm stupid. Oh, man, I'm stupid. Ugh. You know when I had those cards, the hits, and it said it cancels the rest of your attack? That's true. Well, let's try to do a trap. I got knocked back anyway. Because, he actually had 2 attacks, right? Because he counts 2 different attacks. Something that cancels your attack cancels all the other hits, but only for that attack. You can then attack again. But yeah, he knocked me out of range. I was like, oh no, I could have done both. Forgot. Okay. Anyway. Like I said, it's too much to remember. Oh my god, so much going on. Okay, so I don't think he could do anything productive to help everybody else out, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to have him just heal his own wounds and try to get closer. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe he'll go up this way. 5. And then as an action, he's going to remove 2 bleeds because he has bandages. Okay, so that'll be his turn. Alright. Traumatized whenever he ends his turn next to the monster he's knocked down, but so far he hasn't ended next to the monster. To end the next monster, you have to be orthogonal to the monster, meaning 1 range away. When you move 1 range, so technically diagonals would be range 2. Okay. Okay, so you got rid of some bleeds, which I guess was good. So now I want to try to have 3 people do damage. So Vision could shoot a bow if I spend a survival, because this is blocking line of sight for me, unfortunately, even though it's not for him. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it goes center to center, which would technically hit this, so I can't target. So I can't target him with my weapon, if I'm going to play this correctly, I assume. Even though it kind of doesn't make any sense. If he can see me, I should be able to see him. Okay, what else can I do? I don't think there's anything else I can do. I can spend a survival, so I can dash for free. So I can definitely get closer. So I could go... let's see here. basically whoever takes this attack is going to get blasted. Valerie now has speed 1, but after... So maybe she's the one that should take the hit. She could spend an action and stand there. Whereas he... No, I got... It's just... I'm only rolling 1 die. And... Am I reading this correctly? I mean, this says here... When the red lens is open, attack rolls from survivors with a red aura only hit on a perfect hit. Oh, that's why everyone has to be polarized. Because when you're polarized, you get the bad penalties of all the eyes being open. But because if you're polarized, you don't have any actual color, that means you don't have to roll a perfect hit. But you do get the penalty of the eyes being open. If an eye is open, it affects the card that you see. Let me make sure I've been doing that correctly. So an aura triggers the eye to be open. And then if you have an aura when an eye is open and you try to hit, it's problematic. But... So let me go back to the showdown with the hand, because what I want to see is, when do you look at the colors? Is it, if an eye is open, whenever you see the associated eye on the card, that's what happens? Or is it only, I think it's what it is. Let me see. If an AR hit card has eyes open, apply those effects. Right. And when it's open, you apply the effect. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm gonna need to use the bathroom right quick. Think about who I want to move into attack, but basically I want to try as many hits as possible because everyone is running out of survival quickly. Like everyone basically has no survival left except for the rawhide person, and that's only because he's been getting it back from its ability. So hang on for a sec. If you're currently watching, think about what you think I should do next. And, yeah, that must be what it is it's hard to... the only way to possibly close the eyes is if you crit when you have polarized aura. And the only way to ignore the effect of the eyes when you're trying to hit is by having the polarized aura, because it then doesn't pertain to you. So definitely when I fight him again, I need to make sure everyone has a polarized aura to fight him. Or just avoid the fight altogether. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so where are we at? So we have 3 people that can move in. Someone has to be here, otherwise we get everyone broken ribs and permanent speed, and everyone's gonna get bleeds. It's bad. Okay. The other problem is I kind of also want to make sure that he doesn't move, because if he moves and I'm not in the right spot, then that guarantees something bad happens, right? Is the other problem. If he ever moves, that could really suck. Alright. So you know what? I think I'm going to attack with Samantha first. She has to move 3 spaces to pounce, so I can't pounce, unfortunately. She's going to move 2 to here and attack. Alright. So she rolls. Five dice that hits on a 4. 5 dice that hits on a 4, but then because this is open, you can only hit on a perfect hit. So like I said, I may have overlooked that previously. But, you know. It's a lot of shit. Okay, so I need a lantern in order to hit, is what it's saying. So that means, wait, I'll roll the 4 dice. Oh, there's a lantern. Okay, so I got 1 hit. And I have to reshuffle this deck right quick before I do it. Honestly, what's been killing me are these trap cards. But now that I noticed that I may have played incorrectly at the very beginning with the red aura thing, I could have very well have only done 2 wounds and not even 5. You know what I mean? It's like, it's sort of like Catch-22. It's like if you make the game saying that, oh, it's all about death, it's sort of a cop-out for bad design. The saying, hey, if something's broken, you die. Well, you died. Hard fight. You know, it's like there's no measure. It's just like, hey, you fight him, he's gonna kill you all, but you'll do stuff, but all of you are gonna die. So it's like, I don't know. There's got to be a way to close the eyes. Unless, like I said, the counter is just if everyone has a polarized aura, you never have to worry about the eyes as far as being able to hit. But then the problem is, if all the eyes are open, then the majority of your attacks are going to miss because the blue eye is open, you know? So, because if all the eyes are open, then he gets the benefits of all the eyes when he does certain attacks. It's like, I don't know. It looks like the best way to stop it is by closing the eyes. So far, the only way I've seen that you close an eye is if you get a critical hit on a certain body part. Moral of the story is it doesn't look good because I don't see a way to overcome that game mechanic. You know, like the Butcher had a mechanic you couldn't overcome, Hack City, but that was just one card. Once you see it once, it goes away. and then the Kingsman, there was a way to overcome it. You just had to lock it. But so it's like, there's got to be a way to close the fucking eyes. I just don't see how to do it. I don't see it. Because the eyes are traits. I can get rid of a mood. I can't get rid of a trait. Unless what I'm supposed to do is not attack him at all and just make it to the end of the showdown, possibly. That might be what I have to do. Just have everybody run away and just try to survive to the end. Because it seems like every time I attack him, then everyone gets hit. But if I don't attack him, then he's only going to attack me once. One person. I just have to make sure that everyone's a threat. I think that maybe you have to. I think I might have to play the long game, because otherwise everyone has no survival. And he is even at, he's only 1/4 hurt. If you follow the same trend, everyone's going to die. But and that's just because everyone's getting hit every round, as opposed to one person getting hit. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I think I'm just going to stop DPS and just try to survive, just run away. There's nothing I can do. Like I said, every time I hit, either I can't hit, or he triggers an ability that hits everybody. I'll try that, because I don't see it another way out. Let me look at one more thing on the Showdown board. Actually. Oh, did I take out? God damn it. I accidentally removed my fucking placeholder. One sec. That might be the only other way out of this, is just to avoid. Because Applause said, go to the bottom. At the start of the showdown, place this card at the bottom of the AI deck. So I think I just want to keep running away, because that's what they're learning. It's like, we wanted to challenge him, but with his eyes open, we can't get a hit in, and then when we get a hit in, he counters with basic attacks on shit, or counters attack. So it's like, we can't fight him. We can't fight him. Well, in any case, I know I got one wound, because I did attack with her. I'm just having this realization now, but... Okay, so she drew exotic fur collar, -4 to wound. For the wound, it's a 5, -4 toughness, so that means it's against a 10. 10 minus 5 is a 5, so 5 plus wounds. And a 9. A 9 is a crit, and a 5 is a wound. And we got a 2. Great. That is great. But anyway, I think I just need to avoid. We got some wounds in, but people are quickly close to death. No one has survival. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. only person that could possibly maintain a blow is his vision. But when Rude Slap happens, it's going to be 2 speed. And he can only... His evasion is just a 1. But it has regenerative dodge, but it can only spend 1 dodge per, so 1's going to hit him. If 1 hits him, he doesn't have the armor to sustain it. And neither does anybody else. I guess the person with the highest chance would actually be Valerie. So I guess I'll do that instead. Have her go up here. And stop there. And then this guy will go somewhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stop there. Yeah, I mean, this is like nothing. I think I just need to keep running away, to be honest. Alright, so next target's going to be Dream, as far as the monster controller. Now it's Monster's turn. Now the monster's going to do Rude Slap. When his card is drawn face up, target and attack a survivor in the right spot. And the attack gets +1 damage and bleed 2. And +1 speed. So it's speed 3. We got a 2, a 3, and a 7. Her evasion is a -1. So that means it hits on a 1. So that means all 3 hit. Wow. Are you seeing that? Can you see that? I'll show you what I rolled. I rolled 3 heads. And granted, the head on a 6-sided dice is just 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6. That's like 1 in 200 odds of that happen. Cause it's 1 in 6, 1 in 36, and it's 6 times 36. Wow. That's a pretty rare roll. You rolled 3 dice. That's like if you rolled 3 regular dice with pips, and you got a 1, a 1, and a 1. God. If that isn't... And that's the worst place to hit the head. So that's like, wow. That is pretty bad. So she can't spend survival. She can absorb all the damage to the head 1 time because she's got 5 armor. So that gets rid of 1. So it's 2 severe injuries to the head. Whew, that is going to suck, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to suck. And then if she lives, she'll get she will still get 4 bleeds. Meaning if she gets 1 more bleed, oh no, she's dead anyway. She already has 1 bleed. Oh no, after all the damage, you take 2 bleed. Okay, so she'll, irregardless, she gets 2 bleeds. After all of the attacks, she bleeds. She gets 3, so she has 3. So if she gets 2 more, she's gonna die. But she's also gonna get hit in the head twice. Okay, Here we go. So we're rolling for the head twice, so I'll leave it there just to show. She can't spend survival, and she has no strength tokens. I rolled a 7 for the first one. A 7. Blind. Lose an eye. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy. This injury is permanent. It can be recorded twice. A survivor with 2 blind severe injuries suffers -4 permanent accuracy and retires at the end of the next showdown or settlement phase, having lost all sight, and gain 1 bleeding token. So she does, regardless, gain a bleed token. If she gets 1 more bleed, she dies. And she also gets blind. So let me record that. So she already has a broken rib, and now she's also blind. And gets -1 permanent. Where is it? -1 permanent accuracy. Accuracy is -1, so it goes from a 6 to a 5. I'm sorry, it goes from 6 to a 7. Because it's 1 worse. Okay. That's me. Like, that would have been more intuitive if you just said accuracy, you lower the number, since whenever they already had the standard that to hit, it's accuracy plus, you know? Unless accuracy is supposed to subtract from the dice, and maybe I've been doing accuracy wrong the whole time. You roll to hit, it's the number greater. Accuracy reduces the roll of the die. Okay, I guess I have been doing it. I have been doing it a little skewy. But it's the same effect. I've just been doing it, you know what I mean? Or have I? Have I been playing this game hard this whole time? I don't think so. A weapon's accuracy is 3. When you roll the dice, I don't know. I think I'm doing it right. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just not intuitive. It should have been negatives instead of positives, that we follow the same cadence for every stat and do it the same way. Anyway, blah. Okay, what did I do? So Valerie got -1 accuracy, so the weapon now hits on a 7, because it makes it 1 worse. Now we do the next headshot, which is a 2, which I believe is really bad. Head explosion. Your head erupts in a shower of gore, killing you instantly. All other survivors are so disturbed that they lose 1 survival. That's great. So basically, if I do this from a lore standpoint, he jabbed his sword into her eye, making her blind, and then using the sword, then like swung his arm to the right, and just the sword being cased so far into the orbit of her eye, when he swung to the side, just exploded the skull from the eye socket. Yeah. So, yeah. Blind love. It's more like blind death. Okay, so we have a death. Alright, so what does that mean? That means everyone else will get +1 permanent stat of my choice, because I'm doing the dark trait of my Ismortah religion, if you recall. And I'll also get, at the end of this, if we get through the settlement, +1 resource, because we harvested dead bodies. Okay? Alright, so she is dead. Now, before I proceed, let's go ahead and record how she died for fun. And again, I do, even though you're supposed to do all these milestones, triggered milestones during the settlement phase, I do it as they happen. That way, I remember it, and it's, you know, you kind of see what happens with people as it happens. Okay, so I go to her grid, I put an X for Valerie, so she's dead. And then the population goes from 10 to 9. And then I'm putting an X next to Valerie. And then how'd she die? I'll describe it how I describe it to you. I'll say, the hand jammed sword into her eye and exploded her head. Cool. That way, this thematically, I could see how everyone, cool things that everybody had and how everybody died. What's really cool is, so far, everyone in this game has died a completely different way. Completely different. Either they're vanished, either they walked away from the settlement, or they just ceased to exist, or they got killed different ways. So at least that's interesting. Okay, so she's dead. But then, remember, there's something that triggered. All other survivors are so disturbed seeing this that they lose 1 survival. So everyone loses 1 survival, but then everyone then also gains 1 permanent stat. Okay, so I'll go around the board. Okay. Where is my thing? Here it is. So Dream loses 1 survival, but was already at 0. The strength is a token, so I don't have to use that, but I can use it like survival. So he's already at 0. But then he gets +1 any stat I want. So the fact that I want people to live, I'm going to add it to evasion. So now his evasion's at a 2. Next up is Vision, who loses 1 survival, but you can only roll when you spend. This isn't a spend, it's a lose. So Vision goes from 4 to 3, and then gains 1 stat. Like I said, I'm going to do it in evasion because everyone now, after seeing, basically, like, I already told you the strategy that I wanted to do, but now really it's like everyone comes to this realization after someone has died. It's like, we're trying to hit this guy, but he's hurting everybody every time we try to hit him, and now someone already died. It's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. This is not working. Okay, anyway, Vision went to 3, and then it gains 1 stat, so evasion's gonna add +1, so it's +2, and evasion now is at a 3. Basically, I'm giving everybody evasion. Because after seeing that, we're like, oh my god. Oh my god. And then lastly, Samantha already was at 0 survival. It's gained +1 evasion. All's well is going, which is now +2. So her evasion is a 2. I'll just wait on doing cannibalism after the showdown, because it's after the showdown, so we'll count all the bodies at the end. Okay, well that was not good. Okay, so that was the end of his turn. So he did Rude Slap. Okay, so now it's us. The question is, do I think I can do... Yeah. The fact that that eye's open... These 2 people have to roll a perfect 10 to hit, which means they won't. And because the blue eye's open, half the time, if I would wound, it's canceled because the blue eye's open. So that means the only person that could possibly wound is this person. And do I think he's going to wound? I mean, he'll have the same problem because the eye's open. So it's like, fuck, man. I think I just need to run away. I mean, it's like, we can't fight this guy. We thought we could fight him because, you know, we had odds and we killed the butcher. Like I said, the whole reason initially why we didn't fight the Kingsmen is because there's so many of them, and we had this pressure like we can't fight. But when we fought one, we learned to fight it. So like, you know, shit. So yeah, everyone is just going to run away. But I have to make sure I'm within range, because if I'm not within range, then everyone's gonna permanently lose speed, which is bad. So I want everyone to run away, be spaced out, but still be within range of him. Is what I want to do. I'm trying to now get to the bottom of this AI deck. I thought I could do it with Impossible Eyes, and it just, without seeing a way to close these eyes, they're just like, it's just so punishing that every turn you can't do anything, or he retaliates. It's like, yeah, you wounded him, but then he obliterated your entire party also. Okay, so everyone's gonna run away. But to be honest, since no one has survival, then practically every time he tries to attack, you know, I mean, really the only person that I guess that could even continue to do stuff is Dream, because if he can at least hit, then it would be -1 speed at least. Because he's getting +1 speed though from the open eye, so it's just like, then that's just gonna cancel out. He's still gonna roll 2 dice. And then again, I'm afraid that shit. I don't know what to do. Because every time I roll a trap, everyone gets attacked. Everyone. And now it's like he can cancel majority of the attacks. I like I said, I'm not seeing how you can close eyes. I don't know if there's a way. Maybe it's only if you get certain crits. It looks like if you do certain types of wounds and stuff, it closes eyes. Fuck. But just now, because the eye is open, I have to roll a 10. Okay. Well, well, I was gonna say like Dream is the only person that could heal bleeds, but so far the only person that got bleeds was the person with the spear, and she's dead, so that doesn't matter anymore. Anyway. Trying to see if there's. The only time he was able to hit everybody is when he did a trap. It was the trap card. But normally when you try to wound him, it's he has 14 toughness. Can I ever even wound with the hammer? The hammer is a 6 plus 1 is a 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's 1/3 odds. It's still pretty bad. And then 1/3 of the time, then when you draw that card, half the time it's going to get canceled because of the fucking blue eye effect. Which means, yeah. I'm just trying to see if there's any advantage for me trying to wound at all. Is the thing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, let's see what happens. If I can at least close that blue eye, then at least... Everyone else just has hardly any chance of wounded. You have to get a perfect. You have to roll a 10, and then 50% chance. That's like 1 in 20. So it's like the other two are effectively out of the game to try to do anything at this point. So yeah, okay. So I'm going with Dream, and he has 2 hammers, so he's gonna use the left one first, and to attack, he's got a speed 3, right? Speed 3 hits on a 6. And he's polarized, so the eyes don't affect him hitting. So we got a natural 10, a 2, and a 6, which is great. That means he gets a -1 speed token, so he has less chances to less chances to kill my party. Goodness. Okay. Where's my speed token? -1 speed. Because I got natural lantern. Okay. And then it was a 6, a 2, and a... So it's 2 hits. So we got exotic silk pantaloons and gilded face visor. Now this says the eye only opens if you wound. I have not wounded yet. Red is open, so this has first strike. So this I have to do this one first. Oh! This says if the hand has 3 eyes open, it will close all of his eyes. So actually, if I wound with this, then this will trigger next. That'd actually be good. We'll see what happens. So it looks like there are ways to close the eyes. They're just... I have to draw certain hit locations to do it, it looks like. But definitely, it looks like it's better to always attack with people that are polarized. Because... even though you'll have all of these effects whenever you draw cards, the fact that you don't have to roll a natural 10 to hit is really the problem right now. Okay, so what does red say? The red says is that he'll do Ghost Step afterwards. But Ghost Step isn't a basic attack, it just means that he does Ghost Step. When I drew that one trap card, he did a basic action on everybody. And he's not wearing any heavy gear, so the reaction is not going to matter when he does the special Ghost Step, but he will pass through. Okay. But that's after the wound. So we're going to roll. So to wound, it is a 6 plus 1 is 7. 14 minus 7 is a set. I wound on a 7 plus. I wound on a 7 and crit on a 9. God. Swear to God, man. We rolled a 1. So nothing happens, but then he does his reflex. That's great. That's great. But he is a monster controller, so he gets insanity, Ghost Step, and lose insanity. So at least that's a wash. The problem is Samantha also loses insanity. Because they'll be passing through Samantha. Samantha! Why? Okay. So he's going to pass through here. But nothing else happens. Because he's not wearing any heavy gear. So he's not knocked down. Okay. And then, though, he's still in range. So I can still finish my attack. If the hand has 3 eyes open, it seems too much and goes momentarily blind. Otherwise, cancel this hit and perform a basic action. Targeting the attacker. So when we perform a basic action, he's going to pass through. So that means he's going to pass through again to like here, and then attack. So because he's targeted again, he gets 1, then he loses 1, so that's a wash. Samantha loses 1. So it goes from 6 to a 5. And now he does a basic action. See, this is what I'm talking about. If I just run away, people are getting hit less often. So it's like he's been doing attacks in retaliation to my attacks, or canceling attacks, or attacking everybody. So it's like every time I try, basically whenever I try to attack him, I get hit. So it's like everyone just needs to run away. That way he only hits one person instead of hitting everybody all the time who get close. This is just not working at all. Okay, so he's doing a basic attack, which is speed 1. And he hits on a... My speed is evasion's a 3, so he hits on a 5 plus. It's a 3, so it's a miss. So that was fortunate. So now I get another attack. So I think I'll continue attacking with him, but I think the other two I should just have run away. Because it does not... Until I close those eyes, they're just... It's just problematic. Keep everyone away from each other. Have him the only person that goes in for attacks. So now he's going to do a second attack. 3 dice. Just because. And I don't believe I successfully wounded, right? It was a miss. And then that was canceled. So we got a 7, a 6, and a 4, which is what? So that's two hits. We got Gilded Crown and Exotic Silk Cape. Exotic Silk Cape's similar. It says if there's 3 eyes open, then he goes momentarily blind and the lens closes. So see, that's what it seems like you have to do. You want to have everyone be polarized, and then you want to trigger the eyes as fast as possible. That way when you draw stuff, you can then close the eyes. So you want wound, close, wound, close. So like people have to be polarized to find him. That's the moral story. So when I find him again, I need to have polarized people, assuming I have the people to do it. But same thing. First strike, I have to do this one first, this one second. It's kind of the same recipe. Gilded Crown, I have to do first. Exotic Silk Cape, do second. But when you hit the cape, if you had 3 eyes open, he'd close his eyes. So basically right now is I have to wound in order to open another eye to allow the eyes to then close. And then I can attack with everybody else. So we'll see what happens. So again, to wound, it's a 7. And to crit, it's a 9. We got a 9! All right. Something good is happening. Woohoo! Okay, so we rolled a 9. So that's a critical hit, which cancels the reflex. So first we get a wound, which puts another token on Impossible Eyes. And then it said critical wound. The attacker may spend 3 survival to impress the hand. If they do, they are knocked down, heal any broken permanent injuries, and gain 1 permanent speed. But he doesn't have any survival, so can't do that. The next one is Exotic Silk Cape. Now it said here, when a survivor with white aura wounds the monster, select a closed lens, flip it to open. So I have 3 open. And then here it says if the hand is 3 open, it sees too much and goes momentarily blind. Flip all lenses to closed. So now all lenses go to closed. Okay. And now we roll to see if we wound. So a 7 to wound and a 9 to crit. We rolled a 7, so we did not crit, but we did wound, so we get another token. So we have 6, we gotta do 6 more. And then the hand staggers, gaining -4 toughness and canceling all reactions until the end of this turn. So he gets -4 toughness, so I'll keep that here just so I know he gets -4 toughness. And then it says, when a survivor with a white aura wounds the monster, select a closed lens and flip to open. So this time I'll flip green. Because I know blue is bad, and I need the wound with red. So, we'll do that. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to have other people attack. I don't give a shit. This is our chance. So who has the best opportunity to do damage? I would argue Vision. So Vision, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3... 4 as a dash. We'll see if it's free. It's a 5, so it's not free. So it costs 1. Survival goes from 3 to a 2. But it's a powerful attack. So the speed is a 3. And because the red eye is closed, I don't need a perfect hit in order to hit. We got a 3, a 7, and a 4. And I hit on a 5, so that's 1 hit, unfortunately. But it's held something, I'll take it. Spine Saber Sheath is impervious. Damage you can't hit at all, and it does a reflex. I swear, man. I just can't get a break in this game. Alright. Reflex. You manage to slip past the hand's defenses, but connect with its indestructible sheath, which only enrages the monster. The attacker gains the priority target, but also +1 courage. So this person is now the priority target, but also gets +1 courage. Okay. Wait, what did I roll? Oh, it was the problem that is the hit. I was going to say it's -4 toughness to wound, but the problem is only got 1 to hit. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, so now I'm going to have Samantha try to wound. So he didn't successfully wound. He rolled a set. He got 1 hit, but then the hit was blocked by the sheath. So Samantha is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way she gets the benefit of Boss Mindy to roll 6 dice. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, so she's going to roll, and it's -4 toughness to wound, but I'll roll 6 dice, which could be a problem because I could roll that fucking trap card again, you know? Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do that because people are getting so low on insanity that passing through might be a problem. She's okay. She's still at 5, but Vision is only at 1. It's weird odds. Like, you want to roll enough dice so you ensure you get a couple hits, but you don't want to get too many hits because if you roll too many hits, if you get too many hit cards that you include a trap, they'll cancel everything else. So it's like you want to do a little bit of damage with everybody. Not, I'm going to do 5 damage, because then if you draw 5 cards and one of them's a trap, you cancel everything, right? Yeah, so I'm not going to move there, actually, for that reason. I want to do it if it was anybody else, but yeah, it's bad. So she's rolling 5 dice. Does she have anything that triggers with a natural 10? No. But she does have... she hits on a 4. So that's 4 hits. So hopefully I don't draw a trap. Fortunately, I didn't. So I got Gilded Codpiece, Gilded Sabaton, Gilded Cuirass, and Shadow Fabric Gloves. It has something that says First Strike, but that's only if there was a red eye, which there is not. But unfortunately, green means you add 4 to toughness, which means those aren't going to hit, unfortunately. So, and then once I wound, then the eye is going to turn open. Alright. So I'll do them in this order. Okay, so first I'll do Gilded Codpiece. That has so many triggers if it's blue, but I don't have a blue, so I just roll the wound. So her strength is a 5, plus 1 is 6. 14 minus 6 is 8, so she wounds on an 8 plus. She wounds on an 8 and crits on a 9. We rolled a 3. So that's complete failure for that. Next one, this has reflex. Wound on 8, crit on 9. Rolled a 1, which is fantastic. Reflex, perform Ghost Step. And then he has something that happens if you have a grand weapon, which he doesn't. But he does Ghost Step. So he goes behind, through. She takes 1 brain damage. So she goes from 5 to a 4. But she's still in range, so she can still continue her attack. So she's going to turn and do some more attacks. But because an eye is open, it's -4 to wound this location. And it becomes super dense. So I don't think I have a chance of wounded at all now because 6 minus 14 is an 8. 8 plus 4 is a 12. And I can't roll a 12. So that means none of my attacks hit. So it doesn't matter what I roll. Even if I've rolled a crit, it wouldn't matter in this situation because there's no crit effect. So this goes away. The next one, if I roll a crit, I can at least cancel everything. Otherwise, the failure thing's going to trigger. So really, for this, I need to roll a 9. Or better. Rolled a 5, so he just does the failure thing, which is the monster parries the hit, redirecting the strike. Select a survivor within 2 spaces of the monster. They suffer 5 damage, knockback 7, and bash. The only person 2 spaces away from the monster is her. So she suffers 5 damage, knockback 7, and bash. So it's 5 damage to the chest, which she cannot take, and she can spend survival with the strength, which she'll do. Wait, but you can't spend survival on that, right? Can I? can use a dodge action to dodge a hit, but this is a counterattack, so maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. So it's how much? So it's 5 to chest. Wasn't that the chest? Of course, Chris sworn it was. Yeah. Okay, so it's 5 damage to chest and knockdown. So, which means she takes heavy damage to chest, and we'll see what happens. Okay. So now we look at the severe injury table, roll on it. We rolled a 6. This one may sound familiar. It's what happened to Isma in the very beginning of the game. Disemboweled. Your movement is reduced to 1 until the showdown ends. Gain 1 bleeding token, and then other stuff happens. So her movement goes to 1. So I'll just put this here over it. And also gains 1 bleed. And then also, if you suffer disemboweled during a showdown, at least one other survivor must live to the end of that showdown to carry you back to settlement. Otherwise, at the end of the showdown, you are lost and dead. Okay, so I'll write down Samantha that she's disemboweled. Quick. Your movement speed is reduced to 1 until the showdown ends. So that's temporary. Okay. So again, I'll just use the insanity thing to cover it to show that she has no movement. Okay, but she's alive. See, that's why again, what I'm saying is like people are getting hit during monster's turn, which is bad. Okay, so now it's the monster's turn. She's knocked down. But the priority target's going to be Vision, regardless. So it's the monster's turn. Let me check before I do the top of the new round what time it is, because we might need to go to part 3. So let me check how we're doing on time. So far it's only gone 2 hours, so we can go a little bit farther. I'm just going to get a snack right quick because I haven't had lunch. And then we'll continue. We'll do one more round for the stream anyway. Because I think at this point, see, it's like I've learned how to do the fight, I believe. Or at least have a chance, but I think I need to run. I do think I need to run. Okay, so anyway, the next person with the monster controller is going to be Vision, who's the person with the axe, who is the person that's going to be targeted, so I know he's going to definitely get 1 survival back. Regardless, but he's probably going to do ghost step, so it'll probably be a wash. He's going to go, or something to that effect. Well, actually, the closest would be he goes and passes through both, and she gets knocked back. Yeah, if he does that move, which he probably will. Normally, all of his moves largely include ghost step. He just only goes back to the center of the face when he does a basic attack. That's true. Wasn't that a basic attack? No, that was just a reaction. The failure. Got it. Right, so I just had English. Had a granola bar. So I think I'm good to go. A pro tip: put your granola bars just like your bread in the fridge. Not that you have to care about it preserving like bread or something, but it makes the granola and like the chocolate and gooey stuff hard, so it doesn't disassemble while you're eating it. It actually does taste better. So, recommend putting your granola bars in the fridge. Okay, so now we'll see what's next in his repertoire. If somehow I'm going to live through this, he's only done 3 AI cards. Again, we wasted a turn because he flipped the same card twice. I have to get to the bottom of the deck. Potentially. Okay, so we've got Thunderbolt right. So if I'm reading this correctly, he's shooting a Thunderbolt. So we don't worry about picking a target because we've already picked a target. So he's going to go step the shortest distance, which would be through her, all the way to here, and then doing this. So she gets -1. And then he gets -1, but then +1. So insanity for him is a wash. For her, she loses another one. And remember, her movement is also 0. Well, it goes to 1, I mean. Her insanity is 3. Yep. So now he attacks a target. It's speed 2, accuracy 4, damage 7. But then for every eye that's open, it says -3 to severe injury roll results. So he's doing a Thunderbolt. -3 to a table means it's going to be a worse result. Meaning, for me. I mean, a Thunderbolt. So that's going to really suck. So it's this definitely an attack that I need to dodge. And the speed is -1. So the question is, Vision needs to spend a survival to dodge if it's a hit. So that's a 7, which his dodge is a 3. Accuracy is a 4. So he has to hit on a 7+, and he rolled a 7. So it is a hit, if I'm reading this correctly. So he's going to spin a dodge, and let's see if he gets it back. No. So his survival goes from 2 to 1, but he dodges the Thunderbolt, at least. Okay. But see, it's like I have to keep using him to get the -1 speeds, otherwise... I think I do. Okay, so everyone comes back up. The question is, do I think I could give him 6 more bleeds? If I can close the eyes, I could. It just, whenever I draw a trap, everybody gets hit. And I've already gone through so many cards, one of these is bound to be the trap. You know what I mean? Bound to be. And when I do that, everyone gets basic attacked. So it's like, I think I might have to do my run strategy. But the problem is without having the bonus of the -1 penalty by stunning him with one of the hammers. Oh, man. And the problem with this eye is, like I said, if he reacts, he can hit me, or if I draw a trap, he hits everybody. It's this just, we're in a bad place. Everyone effectively has no survival left. I think everyone's gonna have to run. We've done 6 wounds, but no one's got survival left. So to live, I have to get through 1, 2, 3. I have to get through 6 more AIs. Hope that none of them were duration cards, like that one when he pointed to the ground, and get to the last card. So I have to get through 6 more. And he could potentially one-shot everybody with his next moves. So, and it's not that I don't think I can do 6 wounds. It's the fact that when that red eye opens, then people with red can't wound any further, is the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, because if he counterattacks and does base attack on everybody, unless I get lucky on where he hits, and he's got such high speed that there's nothing I can do to stop a counterattack. Everyone's gone through all the survival. One person's already dead. We've lost the will to survive trying to attack. We gotta run. We did half supposed damage to him, but we did 6. I think we're gonna have to run. I wonder if he still keeps priority target, or if that goes away after he's targeted. Let me check the rules on that. I don't recall when you lose priority target. Let me see what it says here. When you pick as a target, discard the token. Okay, so just on one time. Got it. Samantha can only move 1 space. So I could just keep everyone where they're at. That way, when he phases, he'd phase orthogonally, and then if he ever goes back, everyone's in range potentially. The other thing I could do is just move and pick up these just to heal body parts. I think that's what I have to do at this point in time. So I'll do that. This person will move here and attempt to eat this. So let's roll. We got a natural 10, so we get a 1 fresh Acanthus. Super fresh. basic resource. No, it's not a basic resource, it's a special resource. Because basic resources are monster pieces to a non-specific monster. Okay, so we got a fresh Acanthus. Let's take it over here. Which says I can archive to fully heal a hit location. So, who got it? Vision got it. So, he actually hasn't taken any damage anywhere significant yet. Well, because he has so little armor that if he ever gets hit, he's going to get annihilated anyway. His armor can't stop a bladed attack. But he's got one. Alright. Next, we'll do Adam did the same thing. I mean, Vision did the same thing. That's a 4, which I don't think is high enough. 4. Find nothing, archive the terrain. Okay, so that was nothing. Found 1. And then Samantha I can only move 1 space. But I think I'll keep her where she's at. Yep. Yeah, so that'll be it for us. Now it's Monta's turn again. Of course, is there anything else I can do? Practically, with her. Any abilities that she can do. She has no survival, so no. Nothing she can do. Okay, so it's Monta's turn again. We draw Thunderbolt Right, so it's the same card. He's doing it again. So it's the survivor with the most red affinities, of which there's a tie. Otherwise, it's the closest threat, which is her. So she's going to be targeted. So he's going to do Ghost Step and then attack. So he's going to phase through her and then attack like this. Now, Ghost Step says just passes through an attack, not that he attacks from behind. Okay, so Samantha loses another insanity, goes from 3 to 2. And then it's going to get Speed 2 attacked, which will have a more severe injury if it goes through because of the penalty of the green eye, which I will show you because I don't think I showed you that the last time. Let's see if it zooms in. The bottom penalty is the one that happens. Okay. Her evasion is a 2, so he hits on a 6+. It's a 3 and a 5, so ironically that is 2 misses. So good for her. That actually worked out. All right, so now it's our turn. What he did wasn't a basic attack. It was Ghost Step followed by an attack. So I'm just going to get a little bit closer. And then I'm just going to get... I think I'll stay there. Because I don't want to be in the aisle of somebody else, right? I mean, I can get like a little bit closer. I could be like this or something. And that'll be it for us. Now it's Monta's turn again. It says Soft Chuckle. The noise fills the survivors with an unprecedented dread. All non-death survivors lose 1 survival and roll a d10. I don't think anyone has any survival. So Vision loses his last survival. So everyone is at 0 survival. Not including their +1 strength tokens. Okay. And then each one rolls a d10. And then they can add the survivor's courage to the result rolled. So we'll just go around the board. We got a 9. Courage on this is +1, so that's a 10. Dream has 10. Vision has an 8, +1 is a 9, because that's 1 courage. And then Samantha has a 9. So everyone, you have a 10, a 9, and a 9. On a 15 plus, the survivor is knocked down in fear. Otherwise, they suffer 5 brain damage and gain a -1 accuracy token from their shaking limbs and full move directly away from the monster. So it's funny, it's like I said, no one's attacking because they're scared, and now he's chuckling, now everyone's terrified, right? Because they know, we've got the realization that there's nothing we can do to beat this guy. He gets so many attacks for one of our attacks that we just can't keep up. And then it says flip all lenses to closed. After the monster stretches its limbs. Okay, so everyone gets a -1 accuracy token and 5 brain damage, meaning everybody rolls on the table because everyone loses all their insanity that's left. And everyone also gets -1 accuracy tokens. So I think I need to farm those out. So 1 sec. So we got -1 accuracy, and that's, since it's tokens for us to Showdown. So in accuracy, this means it's hard for us to hit with our weapons. -1, -1, -1. And then everyone takes 5 brain damage, so rolls on the table. So everyone's insanity goes to 0. And then everybody rolls on the table. Okay, so we'll go around the horn. I'll keep these tokens to show that I haven't done them yet. Okay, so on this table, we look at the severe brain trauma as opposed to the severe injury table. The brain trauma table, again, look like this. Wow. Which basically the theme from brain trauma is it makes you insane and you get disorders. But eventually, if you're insane enough, you may just die. Due to mortal terror, that is. Okay. So, first off, we roll for Dream. He rolled a 5. Danger Seizure. You thrash about wildly, dealing 1 damage to yourself and every other adjacent survivor, which is nobody, gaining a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. So 1 damage to self, 1 damage to the foot, 1 damage to the foot, so it's light damage, and then gains 1d5 insanity, so gains 3, because I round up. And then a random disorder. So let me get the disorder chunk, which means after I turn traumatized, because someone else could also get traumatized. So a little bit of maintenance. 1 sec, everybody. Traumatized. Which is if and act adjacent monster, you are KD. So if he ends his act adjacent to the monster, he's knocked down. Okay. I'll go ahead and get this because some tells me more people are going to get disorders. I said I was going to do 1 more round. What I really meant is I'm just going to play another 30 minutes. But since I'm passing turns, now the round's going faster. So, we shall see. Okay, so the disorder gained is Quixotic. You carry the weight of the settlement on your shoulders. Everyone is counting on you to save them, and you will rise to the challenge. If you are insane when you depart, gain +1 survival and +1 strength token. So I'll leave it here. I won't write it down until I have to write down something else. Which is highly likely. I just don't want to waste time if I don't have to waste time. Next, I roll for his vision. He rolled a 7, which is lunacy. Gain a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. So it's basically like danger seizure, but without the damage. So vision gets 4 insanity, and also random disorder, so I need to write down Quixotic. I'll just, so let me do that. Quixotic, I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, which says, if the part insane gets more tokens. So it's basically a good disorder, actually. If insane depart, +1 survival and STG token. Okay. Alright, so now I see what this order vision gets, and just shuffle this deck. And again, the reason why Samantha can only move one space at a time is because she's in such immense pain and holding her guts that she just can't do anything. Move very slowly. Okay, so this disorder is binge eating. Eating is the only thing that helps you escape your miserable life. You cannot depart unless you have consumable gear in your gear grid, and you must consume if ever a choice to consume arises. So I'll go ahead and write that down. Vision now has binge eating. Must have consumed to depart and must consume if possible. Okay. So I definitely know these 2 people wound. I have to check the video later to see if these are the 2 wounded. If they lived. Well, of course he's dead, doesn't matter. But, okay. And now the last person. Rolled a 1, which is probably fatal. 1 is mortal terror. No ifs, ands, or buts, the survivor is dead. So this person was terrified to death. And that was Samantha. Which, you know, she was disemboweled. So everyone else was scared, like, oh my god, what are we going to do? And started getting insane. But Samantha was, like, already gored. And it's like, yeah. She died. So this population goes from 9 to 8. And I forgot to update the death count, so we had 2 more deaths. And Samantha was scared to death. Scared to death from soft chuckle of the hand. So see, I have people now dying because of insanity, not even physical damage. Okay, so I updated the death count, and now she's dead. So if I get through this, I'll get 2 resources, but she's out of the picture. Also, not good, guys. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, so that was his turn. He did soft chuckle. Now it's our turn. I just want to keep people in range and just keep trying to run away. Unless there's special abilities that they can do. Well, Vision can do the look at the AI cards to at least see if there's something bad and very bad to do in a certain order. So I'll definitely do that. Adam. Can't do anything, but I could say I could give make people get close enough to give the Acanthus, but I don't want them to adjacent to each other because I don't want to share insanity damage or any sort of AoE spinning sword strike or something he may have. I'm just guessing. No one's taken bleeds, so I think 2 of them are just gonna get close but stay at far. Also, so he's gonna get a little bit closer, and stay at range. Now it's his turn again. So I have 5 AR cards left, meaning 4 actions, and then the last card, applause. So I have to survive 4 more attacks. Oh, but you know what? Even though I'm doing the corpse thing later, I do get the permanent stats immediately. That's immediate. +1 to a stat. So that one we're doing immediately. And because people are afraid and know what they have to do, we know what we're doing. Meaning, we're going to add to evasion. So it'd be +2. Wait, I don't understand. Why was his evasion before at 3? Did he already have +1 evasion? I don't understand. I think I may have screwed something up here. Unless he already had like 1 to evasion. But it's like before it was at 3. And how was that? Gets 1 evasion from the glove. Yeah. And I added 1 to evasion. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'll say his evasion's a 3. +2. And then Dream will also add 1 to evasion. So it goes from 1 to a 2. And then this goes from 2 to a 3. Maybe I erased one number, forgot to change the other number or something. And Dream and Vision had completely different stats too. So I don't know. I might have screwed up something somewhere, you know, which is the name of the game, but sure. I really think before he started with 1 evasion. So it was at 2. And then he got 1, then he got 1. Yeah, so this should be at 3. So he's at, so his evasion's a 4. Okay. Now it's the, so that was from the dark trait of Ismortah, religion. The corpses I'll undo at the end of the showdown to get the resources if the party lives through it. Then I'll get 2 more basic resources. Now it's his turn. So I have to get through 4 more attacks. Alright, this next one is take your best shot, which unfortunately is a duration, which as you know means this flips and then wastes another turn. When this is drawn face down, the monster turns to face away from the most possible survivors. Then it moves 1 space forward and crosses his arms. So he can move forward, so he's going to crush this. Crosses his arms. Because he moves away from the survivors. So what he's doing is he's telling people to take your best shot. So he's turned his back to everybody and wants you to try to attack him. And it says that the monster gets -10 evasion. Meaning it subtracts from it blows up someone's accuracy in a negative way. Alright, so he drew that. Now it's our turn. Now I'm not going to do anything, so now it's his turn. If this is drawn face up, draw an AI card. But it doesn't say that it goes away. Let me look. So now it goes away. And that's his drawn AI card, which is Full Powered Flick. When this is drawn face down, the monster proudly raises a single finger. When this... So he's like he's going, He raises a finger. That's our turn. Now it's his turn. Now we draw this. The target the survivor with the most armor points. And the target is doomed, meaning he can't spend survival, but no one has survival. Then he does Ghost Step and then attacks. And it has after damage if there is a red eye, but there's no eye. And then it says what happens. So there's a lot of steps to this. So... the survivor with the most armor points is, ironically, Vision. It's easier to kill him, but he's got more total armor. Vision's the person with the axe. So he's going to do a Ghost Step to him, phase through and turn. And then Vision takes 1 mental but this would have cycled, let's say, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I didn't keep track because I forgot. So let's just say it happens to be vision, so it's a wash. Sure. Now he attacks target, speed 2, and it hits on a 6+. And he can't spend survival, but I don't have any. But I do have strength. So it's a 5 and a 6. So that's only 1 hit, and I'll spend a strength token. So it's a total miss. Okay. Then it's the monster's turn again, because we're not going to do anything. Watch, I'm going to move a little bit. So it's our turn. I'm going to move a little bit. So I'm going to go like over to here. And then I'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do something like that. Now it's monster's turn again. He's got 3 cards left. This one is Bullet Jabs. You've seen that one before. He attacks multiple times, but it's a weaker attack. Instead of being like 5 damage, it's only does 2. And there are no eyes open. So the survivor with the most blue affinities, which is no one, or the closest threat, which is vision. And again, he does a ghost step and then turns. So this time he will take 1 mental damage, because this would go back to dream. So vision goes from 4 insanity to 3. And then gets attacked, speed 5, 2 damage. And he hits on a 6. So we got these 2 are a miss. So he's got 3 hits that do 2 damage. Got 2 to hand, 2 to chest, and 2 to chest. So 2 to hand goes to 0. 2 to chest goes to 0. And then 2 more to chest, heavy damage in chest. Knocked down, but still kicking. But then other stuff happens also. Nope, nothing else happens because no eyes are up. Okay. Now it's our turn. Now that was during the monster's turn. So it's still knocked down, but now it's the monster's turn. This one says line up. Don't worry if you can't read or see it. I just want to show you the just format of the card. When this card is drawn face down, the monster casually opens its arms. And I have to be in the right spot, otherwise, which is a line in front of him, to be attacked, otherwise, but he's knocked down, so he's stuck there. So this person is just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now it's monster's turn. Now he does the lineup thing. Target attack all survivors in the right spot, which is 1 person. So it's speed 2, damage 6. So it's the opposite. Instead of being high speed, low damage, it's low speed, high damage. And again, he hits on a 6. So that's a 2 and an 8. So that's 1 hit. Oh, this says if you don't attack every living survivor, perform the penalty. So I would have lined up then. I'll just be at range a little bit. Okay, so we got a hand. See, before I was defying him and attacking him, now I was running away, and now I'm doing whatever he says to avoid death. He says, line up. Okay. Anyway, that's going to be 6 damage to the hand. Six damage to the hand is heavy damage, and then that goes to the severe injury table. So now we'll roll for vision. Let's see, and that was the hand. Okay. You rolled a 1. Die of shock. Your vision fades along with the sight of your mangled, armless torso. Alright, so vision's dead. And I'll say, arm cut off by the hand and died of shock. So the population goes from 8 to 7. And then we have another death. It is Kingdom Death. But it just sucks. I want to get to the end of the campaign. I don't think I'll be able to see it. Okay. And then Vision will get another +1 bonus. Obviously, I'm putting it to evasion. So evasion goes to 4. Dream is the last person alive. But if he lives, I'll get 3 resources. Actually, his evasion's higher than I said. I may have been screwing this up this whole time. I might have, because his evasion is 3, +1 is 4, but then also had a +1 evasion token. So really, it's actually 5. But anyway, we'll continue. So now he'll get attack 2. So it's speed 2 attack. And this to hit, it has to hit on a 6 or better. No, 5 plus 7 or better to hit. Oh my god, seriously, you need a 7 or better to hit, and I rolled a 7 and a 10. God. Okay. And this was the last card. There was 1 left. 1 left. It's like maybe I should not have moved at all. I mean, speed was a 3. And nobody would have known what the penalty was going to be. Well, I mean, like, theoretically in D&D you shouldn't know, but because you're running the campaign, you can see the card. So, oh, man, I was so close. I think everyone's going to die. Shit, I mean, 6 damage? Fuck, man. Well, he does have 1 strength token. So, he can cancel... Well, we'll see what they are. He can cancel 1 of them. So it's the chest and the head. So I'm gonna... I have armor the chest. I have armor the head, but I don't. But it's 5 damage. 6 damage. So I mean, it doesn't matter. So I'll stop the damage to the head by spending my last strength token, and then hope the chest below doesn't kill me. So that's heavy damage to the chest. I hope I don't die. God. All right, so we're rolling for body. God, seriously? I rolled a 1, which is instant death. The blow sends a bone fragment directly into your heart, killing you instantly. So if people go and collect the body, because this is at the settlement, I'm going to say that I get the resources anyway, because this is at the settlement. So that's how I'm going to play it. Oh man, I was so close. That was the last card. The last one. I was 1 away from applause. 1 away. Damn. So Dream died. There's no one left to get the bonus, and no one gets bonuses. Population goes from 7 to 6, if I've been doing this correctly. And there's another death, if I've been doing this correctly. So this is my first TPK. Everybody died. But I was close to the end. I was 1 card away. But now I say how Dream died. I'll say sword strike from the hand knocked a bone through his heart. Man, I was hoping to see that last card, but that was the TPK. I was playing, doing damage, then damage slowed, and then people were afraid, and then people just submitted to what he wanted people to do, and then effectively when he said line up, he executed both of them. Fights like these could very well be the reason why it's good to have Pictograph. You just run away to avoid these weird showdowns with these people that want to play these nightmarish games with the civilization. Well, we'll get 4 basic resources in the aftermath, because since it's at settlement, the time I'm going to play it. But so now we go to the aftermath for a defeat and see what happens. So I'll turn that page. And after we do the aftermath, and I get as well as the 4 basic resources at the end of the stream. Let's see. Aftermath. Any victorious survivor may gain Fist and Tooth. No one was victorious. Defeat. If the settlement has the guidepost innovation, the hand leaves in peace. Otherwise, he slaughters all retired survivors in the settlement. I don't have any retired survivors. And that's all it says. And again, here's a picture of the hand. And then it says here, there was once an entity that knew everything, but never spoke. For every secret that escaped, it became weaker, and its enemies stronger. All right. So, but we do get rewards because we had 4 people die. So what I'll do is, I'll save the settlement phase. How are we doing that? Yeah, I'll save the settlement phase going back as part of the hunt. That's what I'll do. Okay, but I'll go ahead and do the reward. So we get 4 basic resources because we had 4 people die. But because the light and dark and balance abilities of the Ismortah religion, you have to have witnessed the event. Nobody witnessed this death other than the people that died. So, good. All right, so let me shuffle the basic resources because I did take something out of it. And we also did get 2 other resources. We also got, 1 Broken Lantern and 1 Acanthus, as well as 4 basic monster resources. Because we have cannibalism. Okay, so the 4 resources are... Let me shuffle one more time. I'm not sure that deck was even shuffled while I was over there because I knew I wasn't doing a hunt yet. Definitely going to have to do an easy hunt because I don't have anybody competent left. I may not even have enough people left to even do a hunt. So, I mean, that's a huge problem. Population-wise. Because that's how you lose the game. It's not if people die, it's if your population goes to 0. Okay, so the 4 resource sources we got. Monster Hide. Skull. Monster Organ. And Love Juice. So fortunately, we got 1 of every resource, which is enough to innovate, as you know. And then we also got Love Juice, which we can automatically trigger intimacy, which is a godsend because I need to raise my population. Cool. So I'll show you again what resource we have, and then that'll be the end of the stream. So again, for the next stream, it's going to be going back to the settlement phase for the same Lantern Year to possibly buy stuff and prepare starting survivors, and then there'll still be a hunt during that same Lantern Year as well. Okay, so our total resources we got was, which I'll show you. So we got 6 resources out of it. We lost 4 people, but we gained 6 resources. Broken Lantern, Fresh Acanthus, Love Juice, Monster Organ, and Skull. It says when you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains 1 insanity. Which I'll have be someone in the population because I'll say, find these resources off the dead bodies. So I can have someone in the population get 1 insanity, which I'll have be someone that's obviously alive, which we have a lot of people that are dead. So you know what? I'll have it go to the state. I'll have it go to someone that's not skip next hunt. Eve and Volva had to skip next hunt because they're traumatized. So honestly, I would say lore-wise, it's probably Oko because the other 2 are resting. So it probably would be Oko that goes up. So Oko will give 1 insanity, so it goes from 18 to 19 insanity. All right, so this isn't good. This is moral story. I'm trying to figure out though why it says the population is 6 when I should have 6 people. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, because I never created a gear card for Cloud yet. Okay. Got it. That still doesn't make any sense. 23, 4, 5. Volva, Eve, and Emily. Where's Emily? Is she one of the people that died? No, she's alive. Oh, but she was at the settlement. So I haven't created a gear card and stats for Cloud yet. Okay, got it. Okay, so that is it. We've had a TPK, total party kill, and we did get 6. We had 4. So the sum of what happened so far this last year is I didn't want to have one person die and lose all my resources, so I fought against the hand. Almost got what looked like to the end of his game, but at the end, people were too terrified that they didn't even have free will and just basically stood in front of him and got executed, is what it looked like. So instead of losing one person and all my resources, I lost 4 people, kept my resources, and gained 6 resources. So I exchanged... Well, it actually came out ahead. You think about it. I lost more people than I would have, but gained a ton more resources. And resources is what keeps the people alive. And I got love juice. So as long as I have a big enough population, I can still carry on. I haven't determined yet what I'm going to do for the hand as far as the next level, because there's conflicting rules in the rule book. So I won't go into it again, but I'll try to investigate that. But I think I'll probably most likely just do another hand level 1 as it's described already in the book. I mean, on the sheet here. But that's it for the stream. Thanks for watching. We'll see if the settlement can make a turnaround. And again, the settlement is called Showdown. Well, this is Ismortah. Again, man, this game, it's like how Shop and Sit Down has reviewed it. Like, it's got some stuff that's like really out there and well and creative, and that's what's appealing. But honestly, there are some usability and game design things I think would change to make the game better, more polished. And that's part of the reason why I'm kind of playing the game where I am and make some ad hoc rules for that reason. But it's still a really enjoyable game. But I can see, one of the reasons why he may be releasing the game, because he's trying to polish it as much as possible. But I know he's also doing feature creep to death and adding content which we didn't initially sign up for. But so, it's exciting to see what happens. Hopefully waves 3 and 4 get shipped late at the end of this year. And thanks for watching again. This is Ismortah. I'll see you next time.